My name is Catherine Ball. I have 2 children. Well, I used to have 2 children. My daughter Naomi, she died 3 years ago. We went to Spring Lakes nearly every year for summer. One morning, Naomi ran out the door, running towards the lakes. I shouted out to her and said, no, wait till your brother Matthew can go with you. She just was full of the joys of spring and ran out by herself. And I didn't think anything would happen. Well, you just don't, do you? And the next thing I know, I looked down for 2 seconds and she'd gone, vanished into thin air. I called her name and there was Puds, her favourite teddy bear, on the decking, right by the lake. And well, I called her brother Matthew and my husband Adam, and by this time I was screaming to find her. We couldn't find her anywhere. She was nowhere to be seen. So we called the police and they were there pretty quickly, and the rest of it is all a bit of a blur. But the next thing, I was being told that she'd been found. She drowned. They found her at the bottom of the lake. The face of my daughter Naomi to be used for a hoax, so some sad weirdo guy can get his kicks off making people harm themselves, other children, on social media, using my daughter's face. It's unbelievable. I can't even believe this is happening. For her face to be remembered that way and manipulating, or used to manipulate others to harm themselves, other children too, it's just sick.
Matthew Ball, Naomi's brother. A lot has happened concerning my sister since her death. I thought I had my time to get over it. I thought everything was over. Anyway, it was a Monday and a lot of people were making a big fuss about something called the Mimi Challenge. Of course, I had no idea what it was, and I was desperate to find out. Why were people making such a big deal of it? Everyone was being different. Then one of my mates, he showed me his phone and he asked me questions like, have you heard of the Mimi Challenge, and did you see the news this morning? Some sicko is trying to convince young children to hurt themselves online, and my sister is the face of it. I'm just mad that someone would do this to my family and ruin her reputation. Someone could ruin people's lives and also ruin everyone's memory of Naomi. I just hope this can stop, and I want it to be over.
My name is Amy Smith and my best friend Sarah Brooks is gone. We met about four years ago, so when we were 8, we met through family friends. She committed suicide all because of this stupid game going around. I actually had a feeling there was something going on with her, but I couldn't quite understand what it was. She was constantly on her phone, constantly texting, and I would ask her things like, who are you texting or what are you doing? But she would barely answer me. She became very distant and secretive. When she came round for dinner on Saturday, she went to the toilet, so I thought it was a good time to look through her phone and see who she was messaging. I already knew her password, so I looked through her phone, found out so much. I had been messaging an unknown number, and the conversations were weird. The guy was threatening her and saying things like, are you alone or do you want to play a game? What's worse is he was asking her to do these tasks, and the tasks were horrible things like about self-harm and death. See that she was given these tasks each day, and they were saying something ridiculous like do something painful or make yourself sick. I could see that she was already on task 10 and that she only had 2 left. As I was about to get to the end of the conversation, she came upstairs and she knew what I was doing. We started arguing because she said it was wrong for me to look through her phone, but I was angry because I didn't know why she was playing this stupid game. She told me that the game was going to end soon and that she was sorry for getting annoyed. I didn't know what this meant at the time. I wished that I knew that she wanted my help. She told me everything was fine and that I didn't need to worry. And then a couple of days later, I noticed Sarah wasn't in school. And it wasn't until later my mum told me that they thought she committed suicide because of family issues. Only I knew why she really did it. But I kept it to myself.
Everyone should be more aware of what their children are doing on social media. You should protect your child because this could happen to yours.
I just think social media platforms need to be tougher on age restrictions because these sort of things will happen all the time.
My best friend's been taken from me. You wouldn't want this to happen to you too, so please be careful.